Hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through. If you're here with your B3 bands today, we've just added air. So if you're on the recording, feel free to press pause, add air into your bands, and we'll get moving from there. If you don't have B3 bands, it's not a problem at all. Just move through with us anyway. The bands just kind of give you a little extra stimulus to your movement sessions. So we're going to start standing today. Go ahead and come on up to standing, walk your feet in, toes pointing forward. We're going to do 3 cycles of breathing, kind of like a little toe touch to an overhead reach. So stand up nice and tall, draw the belly in, hands on your thighs, breathe in, and then on your exhale, you're going to bow down, rolling or rounding through your spine, chin to the chest, blowing the air out as you slide down, reaching for the toes. You can pause at the bottom of that exhale, and then when you're ready to breathe in, push through your feet. It's nice and smooth, coming up to the top, engage the glutes, reaching up to overhead. Pausing at the top of your inhale, and then we'll repeat it twice more. Hands to the thighs, gently exhale as you slide down, reaching for the feet. And nice deep inhale, coming on up. Engage the glutes, circle your arms up to overhead. And we're going to do that one more time. Chin to the chest, exhale as you slide down. Breathing in. Inhale as you stand tall. Engage those glutes, reaching up. Soft bend the knee on this one. Let's just go spend a little bit longer up top. See if you can lean back just slightly, peering up towards the ceiling. And then release from there. Great job. Shake out the hands, reset the feet, hip circles next. Circling through the hips about 3 to 5 times. It's our last day at the cabin. I know we have a little bit of a delay here. Switch directions when you're ready. So thanks for everyone with your patience on the internet. All right, from here we're getting ready for some single leg deadlift work. So we want to warm up some balance. Ankle rolls first. Squeeze the shoulders, lift on up, and then when you're ready, about 5 to 10 times in one direction, keeping those hips nice and level. Draw the shoulders back and down and change directions of that ankle roll. Very good. Set that foot down. Same thing other side. Lifting up, squeezing the shoulders back. Rotate the palms forward. Beautiful. Changing directions here. Great. And then last stretch, this warm-up series, quad stretch. Lifting on up. Grab that foot, pulling the heel towards the back of the body. Stay nice and neutral through the center. Draw the shoulder back. Good. When you're ready, switching legs. Lift up, grab that opposite foot. Last week we did the single leg deadlift into a reverse lunge. Today it's going to be just the single leg deadlift by itself, coming into that high knee position each time. So shake out that leg. Feel free if you want to grab a drink of water. I'm going to demo a couple of reps of that first exercise. So for that single leg deadlift, you're going to lift everything up, soft bend those knees, long spine, flat back now as you hinge forward, reaching for that front foot. And then as you stand tall, balance check as needed, back foot comes through. So I lift up, bowing forward, reaching down, and then all the way through. We'll go 45 seconds on one side. We've got some windmill and some side stretching in between legs. We'll go 2 times on each leg. So we're going to get started here in about 10 seconds. Let's start with your left foot as your support leg. So with those toes pointing forward, lift on up out of those hips, squeeze those shoulders back, and then when you're ready, here we go. Soft bend in that left knee. Long spine, coming forward, drive through that heel, staying tight, and bringing that back knee up and forward. Good, lift up out of those hips, long spine, controlling down. You want to really feel like you're kind of gripping the floor. Very nice. Midline draws in. Woo. Wonderful, there's 30 seconds, another 15 seconds here. Keep practicing that good movement position. Very nice. Keeping your eye or keeping your focus on that back foot. Ooh, really wobbly today. Pointing down towards the ground. Last rep. And shake it out. All right, in between legs, we're gonna walk the feet nice and wide. Windmills next. Reach those arms out, and then with a long spine again, you're gonna reach your right hand to the left knee and the left hand to the right knee. Squeeze the glutes as you stand tall. And then depending upon your flexibility today, reach a little bit lower each time. Reaching for your shin. Maybe making your way down to your ankle if that feels best for you. Get about one more on each side. And walk it back in when you finish that. All right, we're back to that single leg deadlift, this time on your right leg. So walk the feet in, toes pointing forward, lift on up, find that good positioning, and 2, 1, here we go. Make sure you don't lock out that right knee. Ooh. Coming forward, standing tall. Nice. Every time you stand up tall, you really want to think about lifting back up, kind of reestablish that midline position. There's 30 seconds, 15 seconds left. Keeping your hips as level as possible. Ooh, let's take it through about one more time. 2, 1, and shake it out from there. All right, moving into some blood flow work next, starting with a march and punch. Hands come up to the sides, and then when you're ready, punching across the body. Breathing out with that punch, lifting your foot, lifting your knees. Good, when I turn into a little skip, you can add that hop. Beautiful. From here, drive the arms to the side, pulling the heels up underneath your back of the body. Glute kickers. Excellent. Ten more seconds here, and then we got one more exercise to finish this blood flow piece. All right, last exercise, our seal jacks. Feet close, hands together, and then hop the feet out, arms open. Hop them in, hop them out. Good. Here we go. 10 seconds. Kind of move your body a little different than a traditional jump jack. And take a rest. All right, grab a quick drink. We're going to go through that one more time. Feel free if you want to hold some light weights for round 2. All right, we'll be back to your left leg as a support leg. Standing tall, squeeze the shoulders back. 2, 1, when you're ready. Long spine. Keeping any weight you choose to hold nice and close. Whew. Some days balance is more challenging than others. There you go. Controlling down. When you can do a single leg movement like this, putting your pants on without falling down becomes no problem. So one of our more advanced balance exercises we do. Almost there. Very nice. Good job, crew. Sharon, really stay tight, stay tall. Finish this rep, and then shake it out from there. We did windmills last time in between legs. Now we're just going to do our little side stretch flow, where one is overhead, other hand at the opposite thigh, and then switch. Recommend looking up at the hand that's reaching overhead. Start to lean away from the side that's reaching overhead. Get a little bit more of a side stretch. One more each direction. And shake it out. All right, second leg. Starting in 10 seconds. Should be on your right leg. Toes draw, pointing forward. Shoulders draw back, belly draws in, and here we go. Coming all the way up to that high knee. Woo. Wobble, wobble today. There you go, Jean. Nice, Kathy. That's looking better, Sharon. Good focus. Woo. Just don't want to drop into your hip. You really want to lift up out of those hips. About one more rep here. Beautiful. When you finish that last rep, then we'll be back to that blood flow piece, starting with that march and punch once again, or skip and punch. As soon as you're ready. We're going to go 20 seconds on each exercise. Woo. All right, going into those heel kickers next. Pulling the feet up behind your body, driving the arms to the side. There you go. Chest tall, eyes up. Good. And then finishing with those silly seal jacks. Hands together with the feet close. Open them up with the feet wide. Beautiful. Yep, you can also walk with this one, just like so. Otherwise, 10 seconds. Woo. 2, 1, and take a break. Right. Grab a drink of water. Getting ready for some squatting coming up next. All right, next circuit. Let's go ahead and do a quick warm up for our squat. Those that came on late, we did stretch our quads already. So if you need to add that quad stretch in, please do. Otherwise, nice and slow. Come on down to the bottom. Bring your hands, palms together, and work those elbows on the inside of the knees. Chest tall, elbows push out. Good, and then really emphasize that chest posture here. So lifting through the chest. When you're ready, reach those arms straight out, drive through those legs, keep your chest tall as you come on up to standing. Beautiful. Stagger stance, tricep side bend, stagger the feet. The arm of the back leg reaches up. Go ahead and bend that arm back and down. We got some overhead work, so we're going to open the hip at the same time that we open those shoulders. So pushing that hip forward, bend your body towards your front leg, and then turn your gaze, looking up past that elbow. Good. When you're ready, same thing other side. Switch the feet, and then the opposite arm. Reaching up, bend. So hip shift first, that's key. We want to open up the front of that hip, so I'm going to shift the hip forward, keep my eyes up, and then bend to the side. Turn your eyes, peer past that elbow, looking up towards the ceiling or sky. And releasing there. All right, first set. I'm going to go unweighted on the squats because we have 3 rounds here. We're going to be working for 45 seconds on the squat. So go ahead and set those feet just about hip width apart, slight toe out. And then when you're ready, here we go. Nice and smooth first with 3 sets. Reaching back, standing tall. Good. You want to feel your feet in contact with the floor, pushing the heels down, and also just lightly kind of pushing through that big toe. Keep your toes engaged with the floor as well. Awesome. There's 30 seconds, another 15. We're going to go to an overhead press next. It'll be a single arm overhead press. You're only going to need 1 weight. Final squat and transition. So go ahead and find a weight you want to work with to start. It should be moderately light. We have 30 seconds on each arm. Walk the feet in. I like to rest my non-working hand on my abdomen. 2, 1, here we go. Nice and smooth. Straight up to overhead. Breathe out as you push up. Breathe in as you lower down. Nice. Draw the chin in. And now I do want to get some elevation through that shoulder. So feel like that shoulder is elevating up and in towards your ear as you push to overhead. Last one. Good. 10 seconds in between sides. Same thing on that other arm. 2, 1, begin. Good. Stay connected to that breathing. Excellent. Focus on squeezing the backside of your body as well. So kind of squeeze the tush, engage the thighs. 10 seconds. Bring that weight right over the center of your head. Last one, and transition. All right, next we're going to go to a bent over row. So you can use dumbbells, or you can also stand on a band. So I'm going to hold 2 dumbbells when I demo. Draw the belly in. Feet are fairly close. And now with a long spine, I'm going to send my hips back, squeeze those shoulders back, and then when you're ready, both arms together, drawing up and into the chest. Draw that chin in as well so you can have a nice flat spine all the way up through the neck and activate the muscles on the front of the neck to help with that upper body posture. Imagine you're trying to squeeze those shoulder blades in to try to touch one another. Not likely that's going to happen, but you can just imagine. That's 30 seconds. Anytime you need a break, just stand up out of this hinged position and shake it out. Otherwise, 10 seconds left. And then we're going to be back to our squats. And 2, 1, and transition. We'll take 15 seconds. Up to you if you want to hold weight in your squats this time. I'm going to hold those same dumbbells that I just was using for my bent over row. So elbows up and forward, set the feet, and back to our squatting. Full range squats here. As deep as you can without pain. Beautiful range of motion. Great squats. You're holding that weight up to your shoulders. Think about raising your elbows up as your hips lower down. That's going to invite that chest to stay nice and tall. Woo! There's 30 seconds. Great rhythm. Keep breathing. Eyes up and forward. And rest. Beautiful. Back to that overhead press. Non-dominant arm to start. Toes pointing forward. 2, 1, begin. Good. Try to just bring like a light smile to your face as you work here. Build in that emotional, positive reinforcement with movement. 10 seconds. Still squeezing the back of the body. Squeeze that tush. And 2, 1, switching arms. Whew, shake it out. Same thing, other side. Ready? Here we go. Just nice, gentle bend of the knees. Breathe out as you push up. Breathe in as you lower down. Halfway. Very good. Getting that full elevation up and into the ear. 1 or 2 more. And resting there. Good job. We're back to our bent over row. Now I'm going to hold one weight, and I'm just going to hold it by each side of the dumbbell. Toes forward. Draw the belly in. Come into that long spine, that forward hinge position. Chin in, and then as soon as you're ready, both arms are rowing together here. So I squeeze that weight or those bands right against my torso. You can pause in the top and then reach it forward. Moving well. Good, staying tight. If you need a break, you can stand up and shake it out for a second. We're gonna go about another 10 seconds. One more rep, 2, 1, and shake it out from there. Beautiful. One more round. Anyone using those bands, go ahead and release your air. And then when we come into this last round of squats, hold the weight, the heaviest weight that you know you can hold good positioning with. We'll start in 10 seconds. All right. Slight toe out. And 2, 1. Final round of squats. Beautiful. Chest tall. Going as deep as you can without just kind of dropping into the bottom. So stay engaged through your midline. Whew. Watch those knees don't dive in. Pushing them wide. There's 30 seconds, another 15. You're feeling strong, feel good. Feel free to kind of push that tempo a little bit. Woo. And 2, 1, and transition. Nice work. We're back to our overhead press. Final set. Non-dominant arm. 2, 1, begin. If you're going a little bit heavier here, if you need to, you can add a little dip and drive. Dipping down, chest tall, and driving up from there. If you have the strength to still push without the dip, then stick with that. Woo. Tight backside. One more. And switching arms. All right, staying strong here, staying focused, and begin. Excellent. Nice rhythm, Jean. Whew. Shoulder up and in, get that full rotation of that shoulder blade. You want to move out away from that spine. Let's get one more. Push it high and shake it out. All right, bent over row to finish. 1 or 2 dumbbells or your long bands that you can use. Make sure you check in with that midsection. Draw the belly in as you rock those hips back. And 2, 1, go for it. Breathe in as you reach forward. Breathe out as you draw those elbows up. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Wonderful. Last exercise of this circuit, staying focused here. That's 30 seconds, another 15. Keep drawing that chin in towards your chest as well, without like dropping your head down. Retract your chin in. 2, 1, all done there. Woo. Almost. All right, shake it out. Stand it up, and let's just kind of go into a little bit of a rotational piece. Catch your breath. Let those arms flow as you rotate through your torso. Turn your head and neck as well. Very good. From there, walk your feet nice and wide. Let's stretch out those inner thighs next. Root down into those legs. Draw those shoulders back. Reach those arms out. And a gentle side lunge. Bending towards one side, gripping those toes. Up to the center. And then same thing other side. Good, let's get in one more on each side. See if your body feels comfortable to sink a little bit lower. And balance it out. Awesome job. Walk it in. Let's grab a drink. All right. We've got some options for some burpees in the next set. Recommending not the push-up burpee unless you'd like to do that. So let's go ahead and warm up those wrists a little bit. Just rotating your wrist around. And then the other way. Good. We're going to take the backs of the hands, place them together, draw the shoulders down, and now draw those elbows down. Same idea, other direction, palms come together. And now as I push my palms together, gently raise those elbows up. It's a little awkward. There you go. And shake it out from there. All right, friends, we're gonna start standing, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you through it. We're gonna be doing 3 rounds. So first exercise, as you come back up to standing, is gonna be our squat pulse, which is just the upper quarter of the squat. Later on in the session, I'll give you the option if you want to do some jumping. I'll show you a squat jump on set 2. Otherwise, and then we're going to be headed down to the floor for some burpees as the second exercise. So go ahead and set the feet back to that squatting position. And then when you're ready, it's just going to be a little bit faster cycle. Sitting back and standing tall. Get a little more blood into the thighs here. Move it a little bit faster. Pulling yourself down and then pushing yourself up. Halfway. Excellent. And before class, we talked, Kathy, if you want to do an overhead press again without the burpee to save the wrist, or come down and do a forearm plank. Otherwise, after you finish those squats, everybody, we're going to go into those burpees next. So you can step back, top of the push-up, and then step or jump up. If you are stepping, alternate the legs. We've got 45 seconds here. And then we're going to come onto our backs for some glute bridge work. Very nice. Strong plank position in that bottom. Everything nice and tight. 20 seconds. All right. We need one more and then come down to the floor onto your back next. So when you finish that burpee, come on down, lying on your back, knees are bent, and from here, ribs or hips up and down. Push the knees out, breathing out as you lift up. Keep those knees pushing wide. Woo. Good. Engage those small little muscles of the pelvic floor like you're trying to stop the stream of urine if you have to go potty. You can add a little gentle pause at the top if you'd like. Really feel the back of that body activate. Focus on being long through your spine so you don't feel like you're crunching into your lower back. Go about 3 more reps. Beautiful. So next exercise, you can either do a traditional sit-up. We're going to sit all the way up, sitting up nice and tall, or you can work our get-ups, where you come up and then make your way all the way up to standing, reaching up to overhead. So either sit-ups or practicing that get-up. We got over a minute here. So I'm going to demo the get-up, but you're welcome to stick with those sit-ups. Really nice. So a few things that those of you that are doing those get-ups, Watch the position of your knees. You can either come straight up like we're doing here, or you can roll towards the side. I can roll to one side and stand up from there if you don't have the range of motion. But if you can go straight on, then straight on. We've got 30 seconds left. Woo! All right, those of you that are doing the sit-ups, you've been doing it for a full minute. If you want to take a little rest, we'll be starting round 2 here in just under 30 seconds. About 1 or 2 more get-ups, those of you coming all the way up. All right, and 2, 1, everybody rest. All righty, round 2 coming up next. You can stick with those squat pulses. If you want to add a little jump, it's going to look like this. You'll sit back. As you stand, you'll add a little straight jump. Like so. So up to you if you want to do a little jump. Otherwise, stick with your squat pulse. 2, 1, here we go. If you're choosing to jump, I want you to think about being light on your feet, kind of absorbing that impact. Pushing your knees out, engaging those glutes as you open, and then nice and soft as you lower. Woo! Feel the burn. Last one, and rest. All right, not much for rest. Back to those burpees. 2, 1, here we go. Second of 3 rounds. Nice wide handprint as you support on the floor. And forget that I'm at higher altitude than when you're in Phoenix. I'm feeling it today. 15 seconds left. And then we're back on our backs, or we'll return to our backs for that glute bridge work. Woo! Last one. Good. When you finish, meet me on the floor. Shoulders back and down, feet flat. Ready, begin. Hips up, knees wide. A little different doing these after some breathing work. Still drawing that chin in towards the chest. As you raise your hips up, try to be long through that lower spine. Halfway. Fifteen seconds. Those of you that did sit-ups in the last round, if you feel comfortable to work that get up this time, join us for the get up, coming all the way up to standing. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Arms overhead. Come back to a seated position, and either coming straight through, you have that range of motion, or roll to one side to get up. Very nice. If you are coming to one side, then on that next rep, roll to the opposite side. One of the most basic, but one of the more challenging things that we can do is getting on and off the ground. We do it with the burpees when we're face down, and now these get-ups here when we're face up. Getting on and off the ground is something that it's easy to take for granted when we're young. And then unfortunately, I've seen more people than I prefer that can't get off the ground as they get older. So keep that independence, keep that freedom in your body that you know you can get down and get back up. 10 seconds. Whew. Last one. And we'll take 30 seconds. Nice job. Let's grab a drink. Got one more round. We'll return back to either that squat pulse Or if you felt strong in the squat jump, you can stick with that little squat jump. Another alternative, if you've had enough squatting this week, you could just work those rebounding hops, standing tall. Otherwise, we're starting at 2, 1. Here it is. Little quarter squat, soft jump. Remember to really be light on those landings. I'm absorbing. Wonderful. Knees push wide. Heels are planted as I sit back. Woo! Couple more. And burpees. Here we go. You want to try hopping to your feet. Float, hips high. Try to get your feet as close as your hand, to your hands as you're able. Last round of each exercise. "20 seconds, we're back to those glute bridges. Awesome work. 1 or 2 more. All right. And meet me on the floor, on your back. Final set of bridges. Draw your shoulders under you. And 2, 1, begin. Keep sticking with that breathing. Breathing out as you raise your hips up. You can engage that mid-back, pushing the palms of your hands into the floor. Open that chest a bit more. We're halfway. Keep those knees wide throughout. As the hips lower down, try not to let the knees come in. So keep pushing them out, Jean. There you go. Try to hold them out the whole way through, up and down. Good. 15 seconds left. And we'll be into our final set. You can either stick with the sit-up or join us with those get-ups. Getting up, getting down. Starting in 2, 1. And here we go. Raise those arms to overhead. Sitting up nice and tall out of your hips. And then coming all the way to standing. Beautiful. Woo. And I would recommend if you want to kind of slow it down a little bit on this one, just breathing as you move. We had a great session today. You can use this last minute of work as a little bit more of a cool down action. Watching your mechanics, paying attention to how your knees are centered, coming up and off the ground, as well as back down. Laying all the way flat. So things that we don't want to see is as we come up, we don't want those knees shooting in. Similar to when we squat. All right, final 30 seconds now. There you go, 20 seconds left. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Final time, and then meet me on your feet. All done. Woohoo! All right, we'll go back down to the floor, but for now, come back up to standing. Let's grab a drink of water, and then we'll start our cool down stretch. Good stuff. All right. If you have a couch, back of a chair nearby, I'm going to use this box here. We're going to do that mid-back stretch. We're going to place our hands about chest or shoulder height. Draw the midline in, walk the feet back. Jean's got it. And then lower that head between the arms. Nice deep breath into the back. Lower that heart towards the ground without overarching your spine. Take about another 10 seconds here. Hold it strong. Lengthening through that upper body. Then 2, 1. Come on up. Go ahead and stay there at whatever object that you're stretching on. Find somewhere that you can set your heel down and prop your toe up to get a nice stretch for the calf. So I've just got my heel anchored down, my ball of my foot against my box here. If you have a wall or a chair. If you have a staircase nearby, it's also great to just kind of drop your heel off the step. When you're ready, go ahead and switch legs. Same thing, other side, heel down, toes up. Lean into it. Feels good to kind of catch your breath from standing, and then we're gonna return to the floor here in just a moment. Coming off of that foot, behind the back stretch next. So wide base stance, you want to walk those feet outside the hips. Draw the shoulders back, open through that chest. And then with that long spine position, you'll send those hips back, pull those arms right over the center of your chest. And then back to your breathing. Good. When you're ready, you can stay down there, reach your hands to the floor, and then just crawl yourself out so that you're lying on your stomach. I'm going to adjust our screen a bit here. So you're going to lay down on your stomach to start. We're going to do a few press-ups where kind of like an up dog position, legs together, squeeze the glutes, hands underneath the shoulders, and just nice and smooth. Lift on up, also known as a cobra. Up and down a few times, draw those shoulders back. Avoid any kind of pinching in that lower spine. Good, maybe one more, and then we'll take it back into a child's position. Good, raise the hips up, bringing your toes together, walk your knees out, and then lower your hips back from here. About 3 breaths here. And then next, we're going to come into our cat-cow mobility. Wide handprint underneath those shoulders. Walk those knees in, draw that belly in. And then as you exhale, push through that mid-back, draw that chin in. And then on the inhale, it's just a gentle arch, lifting the head and neck. Take it through about 3 to 4 cycles. And then we'll go into down dog. Good. When you're ready, turn the toes under, raise your hips nice and high, and softly start to pulse your chest towards your thighs, forward and back for our down dog position. Breathe in as you rock forward onto your hands. Breathe out as you drive your hips high, draw your chin to the chest. One more. I'm going to take this into pigeon neck. So from here, take your right leg, extend it nice and high, point the toe, drive that leg up and back, and then we're gliding that leg forward into our pigeon position. Trying to square your shin to your shoulders. Draw the chest back. Ensure that you don't just drop into that hip, so staying a little bit engaged here. If you want to come down lower onto your forearms, you can. And take about another 15 seconds here, and then we'll go into seated twist. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and sit onto your right hip, and then swing your left leg around. So sitting up nice and tall, start by just pulling the thigh in towards the chest. Draw those shoulders back. Nice deep breath, trying to be as long as you can through your spine. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to go deeper, you can work maybe your right elbow onto your left thigh. Sitting up tall, you would take your left hand, kind of crawl it behind you and look over your left shoulder. When you're ready, gradually unwind from there. We're going to go back into down dog and balance out the opposite side. So now it's going to be your left leg that drives up. So wide handprint, one more time into down dog. Forward and back about 3 times. Getting that nice opening through the rib cage and mid back. Let's go ahead and stretch the calves a bit while we're here in this final down dog. A little bit more love for those lower legs. And then from there, your left leg. Extend through that hip, point the toes, reach that leg high, and then glide it forward, squaring the shin and the shoulders. Draw the shoulders back and down, eyes up to start. Like to come lower, you can come onto the forearms if that feels appropriate for your body. Remember, no wincing positions, just be able to breathe through those stretches. Hi, Moose. That was your walk. All right, welcome back. All right, when you're ready, let's bring that back leg around for our seated twist. All right, hugging that leg in. Your right leg, if I said the left, your right. Sitting tall. And then using your arm, working on that knee, opposite hand reaches behind, crawl those fingers around. As you breathe in, lengthen through that spine. As you breathe out, look to hold that length and then gently rotate. One more breath. And when you're ready, unwind from there. Beautiful. All right, final finishing position. We're just going to go into a little bit of a butterfly stretch here. So make sure you kind of come up on your sit bones. Bring the soles of your feet together. Draw the shoulders back. Draw the chin in. Just invite those knees to lower on down. Great time to close your eyes and just feel your body breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And one more breath. All right, everyone. Thank you so much today. Feel free to add anything else you'd like. Moose is ready for his playtime. Stay hydrated. Thanks for your patience. I know we've got a little bit of an echo and some delay here. So thanks for the patience, everyone that was here live. We'll be back in St. George next week, so we should have some great service from there. Otherwise, stay healthy, stay happy, and we'll